Imagine being a photo sharing app and moving the option to share a photo to the most difficult to access part of the screen. Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm about to start with a bit of a beg, unfortunately, so please just bear with me. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that recently, YouTube has not been my #1 fan. In fact, I would say they're not even a fan. It's not a matter of being #1. They actually hate me. YouTube is my arch nemesis. There's a whole saga of things that have happened recently, but I'm just gonna beg. It would be really fun and fruity fresh if you could, potentially like this video, and leave a comment, just so I can try and repair my relationship with the YouTube algorithm. We are in desperate need of couples therapy. So if you could do that, that would be incredible. And sorry for having to beg so early on. Now, recently Instagram rolled out an update where they introduced the shopping tab, and it kind of ruined everything. I don't know if it's just me, or we're all in this sense of just mutual acknowledgement that as time moves on, Instagram is only getting worse. Instagram is supposed to be a photo sharing app, but since the introduction of the shopping tab, they've moved the post picture button so high and small in the corner of the screen. If that doesn't display their true intentions moving forward, I don't know what does. So the new update puts Instagram Reels, which is essentially just like a budget TikTok, in the center of your screen, and then just to the right of that is the new shopping tab. As a concept, I actually really like the idea of an Instagram shop. The fact that I can see an outfit that I like in a picture, click on it, and then buy that exact outfit within 3 clicks it's incredible. Well, maybe not for the environment or my bank balance, but I bet I look really good in that outfit. But the concept is great. It does make shopping easier. You can find loads of things that you like straight away. But that's about where the positivity for the Instagram shop ends. Now, the reason I've got so much beef, for lack of a better word, with the Instagram shop is because Instagram has made it very obvious that their intention is to monetize this platform as much as possible. And whilst I understand that it's a business, it's got to make money, at this point I just feel like I'm logging on to just see ads. For example, nearly every single picture in my Explore tab is a product. It's a product to buy. I barely ever see smaller creators or just nice pictures anymore. It's just, do you like these shoes? Sometimes I don't want to be sold things. I just want to look at pictures of cats. But as Instagram is clearly making the Instagram shop their priority at the moment, I wanted to work out how it actually works, and then also to test it to see if it could, find me the perfect item. But before I go into how the Instagram shop works and what happened when I gave it a go, I want to just take a moment to visit everyone's favorite corner of the internet. Welcome back to the internet's unofficial favourite corner. Today, we welcome back to the corner Function of Beauty. Round of applause, please, everyone. Thank you very much. When Function of Beauty asked me if I'd be interested in trying out their fully customizable skincare serum, to say I was excited is an understatement. I screamed like a small child on their birthday. As you guys know, I already use the Function of Beauty shampoo and conditioner, so I was very eagerly awaiting this. So you fill out a skin quiz, which asks you about your skin profile, your skin type, your makeup use, your skin sensitivity, and then you get to choose your skin goals. For me, I chose awaken, brighten, and minimize pores. I really wanted a serum that would make me just look more awake, especially because there's not a lot of light right now in the UK. It gets dark very, very early, and I feel like my skin is just missing that kind of glow. I've been using this serum every morning for the past 2.5 weeks now, and I have noticed a significant difference in the overall brightness and appearance of my skin. There are some mornings where I'll forget it, and then I'll look at myself in the mirror halfway through the day and be like, Someone forgot their serum this morning. The thing I love about Function of Beauty is that they tell you which specific ingredients correlate with the skin goals that you have. So for my Awaken skincare goal, they told me that they would specifically include in the serum magnesium aspartate, zinc gluconate, and copper gluconate. This blend of minerals helps to provide oxygen to skin cells and tissue, giving them kind of like a breath of fresh air, which is incredibly useful when you spend all your time indoors, like I do, because the government won't let you go outside. And do you know what really seals the deal? What pops the cherry on top? This is 100% vegan and cruelty-free. They contain absolutely no parabens or sulfates, non-GMOs, and all the ingredients are completely clean. And that is pretty damn incredible. You can get 20% off a custom serum and, a little bonus for you, receive a free selfie headband when you click the link in the description below. And as a fun little extra, when you do click the link in the description below, you are helping to support my channel, so that automatically makes you my favorite. Not that I pick favorites, but thank you to Function of Beauty for sponsoring another video. I really, really do appreciate it, and I'll let you get back to the video. Bye! When I started researching into how the Instagram shop works, I came across a few obvious road bumps. The biggest road bump being that these large tech companies, they don't ever really disclose exactly how their algorithms work. And the reason for that is, you know, obvious. They don't want other people to copy it. These algorithms take years to build and millions of user data points to define and streamline. But in 2017, they did release a report on how the skeleton, if you will, of their algorithm is formed. Now, this algorithm isn't for Instagram Shop, it's just for Instagram in general, but I'm going to assume that more or less it follows the exact same pattern of behavior. So the algorithm is built on 6 key points, but 3 are far more important than the others. Interest, timeliness, and relationship are the 3 most important factors when Instagram considers what photos to show you. The 3 less important factors are frequency, following, and usage. Frequency relates to how often you open the app, and usage is about how long you spend on Instagram throughout the day. Now, overall, the algorithm recommends things based on accounts you follow. So if you follow a fashion account, they're far more likely to recommend you another fashion account rather than, you know, an extreme athlete's page. And this is because the accounts you follow and how many of those types of photos that you like helps the algorithm understand your interests. It decides what you care most about and tries to choose topics that match up with that. Now, the second most important factor I think has changed since they've updated this, because it's supposed to be about how recent the photos are. And I don't know about you, but I, for a while, just kept seeing photos that were posted literally weeks ago. So I don't know how relevant that is, but apparently the more you upload and the more recent the image is, the more likely your followers are to see it. The third factor is your relationship to the poster. So for example, if my mum posts something, I'm far more likely to see it than if a generic fashion page posts something. And that's because I interact with my mum in DMs and we like each other's pictures literally every single time one of us uploads. So the algorithm knows that there is a strong relationship between our 2 accounts. This is just the general skeleton that I could find online for how exactly the algorithm works, and it's not perfect because there's still a lot of holes in it. But when we apply this to how Instagram Shop works, I think it makes a lot of sense. The more you like a certain kind of item, the more Instagram will try and recommend you that kind of item to buy. But here's where it gets interesting. I don't follow any fashion accounts, so I was incredibly curious to see how Instagram Shop was going to recommend me things that I liked when it didn't have any idea. And so I'm going to have to teach my Instagram Shop what I want to see. So I decided that I wanted to buy 3 outfits for this video. I wanted a pajama set, I wanted a casual everyday outfit, and I wanted a date night outfit. Not that I have anywhere to wear one, but You know, a girl can dream. I feel like these three cover a lot of different bases, and I feel like it'll be interesting to show the difference in what Instagram recommends me. Now, I run into a bit of an issue here. I filmed the part of the video where I actually bought the items about a month ago because I was worried about them not arriving, and then my SD card corrupted, so I didn't have any of the footage on my camera. And then I thought, hey, you know, good news, I screen recorded it on my phone, so at least I still have that. Turns out I'd had the genius idea about 2 weeks ago of clearing out my camera roll. New year, new me. And I just completely forgot that screen recording was in there. So we're working with nothing. Essentially, my Instagram shop had absolutely no clue what to recommend me when I first opened it. I truly cannot express the extent to which Instagram had no clue. I'm gonna show you guys some of the absolute 10 out of 10 bangers that were recommended to me during my first hour on the Instagram shop. This one didn't even make sense because it's not like I follow baby pages. It's not like I'm, you know, liking mother and child pictures. In fact, I think the only baby related post I've ever liked was Beyonce's pregnancy announcement. Unless of course Instagram knows something I don't and there's a bun in the oven, so to speak. I would say that this massively missed base. Another absolute classic were these gorgeous king and queen matching couples t-shirts that looked like they were just straight off of Redbubble. This one almost made the cut. I just wanted to see Jean's face when I presented him with those on Valentine's Day. It took about an hour for Instagram to actually start giving me decent recommendations, and in the process I had to follow 4 or 5 various different shops and fashion accounts just so that Instagram had some idea, because it clearly just didn't have enough data on what I liked, because every 4 swipes or so it would just repeat the same images. It was like, maybe if we show it to her again, she'll buy this absolutely gorgeous t-shirt. Maybe she missed it the first time. After about 2 hours of training the algorithm, I eventually started to get outfits that were actually wearable. And at that point, I just selected the first few that matched the description categories of pajamas, date night, casual wear. Now, even after I had refined it to a wearable extent, it still clearly didn't have all the data it wanted, because most of the suggestions that it gave me were from the same brand. And that brand was House of CB. I didn't really do too much looking into these brands, but they seemed to be just like a popular fashion shop. So I thought, right, we'll give it a go. Instagram seems to like them, and we'll see what happens. Now, the first pajama-like item that showed up was a House of CB kind of like onesie type thing. The reasons I would have never bought this for myself is because, one, it's brown, and I don't think I've ever worn brown in my entire life. It looks like one of those undergarments that men wore in like the 18th century. Okay, now I'm confused. On paper, it's the one that's the most ridiculous, and I thought I would hate the most because, well, it looks like a kind of undergarment from the 18th century, but I'm obsessed with it. Why am I obsessed with it? So the first casual everyday kind of outfit that came up was a Urban Outfitters suit kind of thing. I do love a good suit, so this straight away was a winner in my eyes. But again, brown. Did I miss something? And suddenly brown is the new black. I'm very confused. I don't know about you guys, but the shoulder pads are they're really doing it for me. Style-wise, this is exactly the kind of outfit that I would wear. It's not colour I would have chosen for myself, but to be honest, I'm kind of obsessed with it. I'm feeling very happy about Instagram's choice right now. Final garment, date night. Now, I was open to anything for this one. I really thought we could go a little bit wild, a little bit crazy, but unfortunately Instagram had run out of ideas again, and it just kept recommending me House of CB. I should have got them to sponsor the video, the amount of times I've bloody said their name. And the first dress that it recommended me was this one. I thought it was nice, you know, again, not really something that I would wear, you know, picking it up myself, but, you know, I'll give it a go. I'm open to anything. Well, I think this is a bit fancier than my usual date outfits. I'm really not sure how I feel about this one, because I feel like the shape is beautiful, but the colour, I don't really wear colour. I mainly wear black and I feel a bit out of place. I can't even think of a date night me and Jean would have that would warrant a dress this fancy. Are we going to the Oscars? Overall, okay, the outfit's kind of slap. I'm not gonna lie, Instagram did good. I mean, he may have taken 2 hours of of just liking everything that was even slightly decent and following, you know, 10 different fashion accounts. But eventually, Instagram did good, especially because 2 of the items were from a brand that I had no clue about. I'm especially impressed with the outfits because 2 of them are brown, and prior to this, I didn't own a single piece of brown clothing, and now I realise I've been missing out all this time. Brown is... My main issue with Instagram Shop is the fact that I feel like it is encouraging us to constantly be thinking about buying something new. And whilst there are plenty of pages on Instagram that are basically, you know, like Depop, they sell pre-loved items of clothing or they're thrifted, I still don't think that encouraging people every time they log onto Instagram to think about buying stuff is necessarily good for you. I feel like it's kind of encouraging consumerism as escapism, and whilst to an extent, obviously, buying things does make you feel better, it can create really unhealthy patterns of behaviour if it becomes your primary coping mechanism. And especially when everyone is stuck inside at the moment, constantly spending time on Instagram, if you're constantly being sold things, eventually you're gonna buy some. I just feel like Instagram is moving in a direction where we have to constantly be consumers, not just of content, but of products. Like, we have to constantly be thinking about buying things. And it's just not... I feel like that's not good for you. It's not good for your bank balance either. Let me know what you guys think about this down below. Have you already used the Instagram Shop? Would you use it, or would you just absolutely stay clear? I love reading the comments that you guys leave. They always offer such different perspectives, and I find that really, really fascinating. So please do let me know. Have a wonderful day. Remember to hydrate, and as always, kisses to your mother.